Good evening, everyone. Lynette Hoppy here with Global Currencies. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all what we went over this evening in class, and so that you can go back and get this completed on your own if you struggled during class or if you just had some questions that you weren't able to get asked. So, all right, so here we go, tradingview.com. You want to make sure that you create yourself a free account, non-professional. You don't have to have the paid version. Do this on your phone and on your laptop or computer, okay? That way, whatever you mark on one will show up on the other. All right. Once you do that, you're going to go to Products and Super Charts, okay? Products and Super Charts. Now, you'll notice that the screen is very bright, okay? If you want to take the brightness off of the screen, you can go ahead and come up here to this top left-hand corner, click on it, and come to dark theme. I personally like to have the dark theme. It's easier for my eyes, but you can make it however you want to make it. Now, again, if this is your first time ever seeing TradingView, it can look a little overwhelming, but listen, it's not complicated. It's just new, all right? So don't feel overwhelmed and don't worry. We're going to walk you through every bit of it. Now, let's clean your screen up, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is X out of any boxes that you might have showing up on the screen here. Okay, and then also I would imagine you probably have some sort of a menu sticking out way over here on the side. You can grab it here and pull it over. Okay, you can grab it and pull it over. Okay, now moving the screen around. So the first thing I want you to do is notice over here, this is going to be your price bar. Okay, this is your price bar. So we're on gold right now. So that's saying that for every gold bar is $2,891.89. Okay, that's what this price bar is right over here. All right, so you can click on it, you can move it, grab it, pull it, or you could just use your roller bar. All right, down here on the bottom, we have our time. Here's your time. So you have time and you have price. Okay, here's your time. And you could also do the same thing. Now you could come here on the screen and you could grab a hold of it and pull it and move it around. Use that roller bar because you're going to want to be able to maneuver and move these candlesticks around. So get comfortable with moving that screen. Okay, get real comfortable with that. All right. Now, once you have all of this stuff out of the way and you've got it set up the way you like it there, let's go ahead and get your tools set up. Okay. Now, the first thing I want you to see is right here is going to be your currency pair. Now, we're going to learn more about that later on, but this is gold. Channel back to your chemistry days, right? XAU is gold. So gold versus the US dollar. So you're going to type in, and we're going to do gold. So XAU USD. Okay. Now you'll notice once you type that in, you get lots of different ones here, okay? So we're going to, for the charting purposes, we're going to do OANDA. Now what these are just different brokers and, for the market, and there's just a different spread. But again, personally, I say personally, global currencies, for the sake of charting, we're going to use OANDA. So anytime you see OANDA, click on that one. That's the one we're going to use. And you can always tell you're on it because it'll show it right here, okay? Now, that's where our currency pair is. All right, now over here is going to be the times. Now we're going to need to set up the time frames. Now what this means is that this just means that each one of these candlesticks took whatever time frame that you're on to be created. So for example, we have 1 hour. Yours might only have the daily, okay, the D. All right, so each candlestick took 1 day to form, okay? Each candlestick took 1 day to form, 24 hours. All right, so let's get our proper ones set up. So you'll notice that there is an arrow. Click on that arrow, and it'll give you a big old drop-down menu. All right, so these are the ones I want you to have on your toolbar, okay? We want the 15-minute. So you're going to find the 15-minute, and you're going to hit the star. Okay, we're going to have the 1 hour. We're going to have the 1 day, the 1 week, and the 1 month. Okay, so again, that's the 1 month, the 1 week, the 1 day, 1 hour, and 15-minute. And then you notice there they all are. So again, what did I say? Each candlestick, we're on the monthly chart. Each candlestick took 1 month to form. See, the month just started. It's got 27 days and 18 hours left in this month right here. Yes? Okay. So 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. Get on the weekly. Same thing. 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. Okay? So I promise you, it's not as complicated as you think. All right, it's just new. All right, so weekly, daily, very self-explanatory. But for purposes of our charting, we're going to do 1 hour. Okay, so get on that 1 hour chart and just get familiar with being able to maneuver your screen around so that you can see these things. Okay, now let's get your tool belt set up, your handy dandy favorites bar. Okay. Now over here to your left, you've got all of your tools. Now don't worry, you don't need to know all of these in order to be successful to start with. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our handy dandy's favorite bar set up. So the first thing I want you to put on is going to be your horizontal line. All right, that's going to be your second icon down, and it's each one of these. And if you'll notice, if you hover over, has an arrow. So go ahead and click on that arrow, and you will see here the horizontal line. Okay, click on the star and look at there. Boom. All of a sudden, we now have a handy dandy favorites bar. There's our horizontal line. It'll be ready for us every time we want to use it. Okay, so when we're ready to use it, we'll click on it here and then click wherever we want to put it. And you'll notice that when you place a line or any kind of tool on your screen, it gets its own toolbar. Okay, and I'm going to show you that more in just a minute. But first, we want that horizontal line. Okay, what else do we want on our handy dandy toolbar, our favorites bar? We need the vertical line. So go ahead and highlight that. And there it is. Horizontal line, vertical line. Got it. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to have is your rectangle. Okay, the rectangle. That's going to be the fifth icon down. Now, I am going to say this. If you want to be proactive, go ahead and put your horizontal ray on. Okay, that's going to be the little line with the little circle on the end, the horizontal ray. You can go ahead and put that on to be proactive, but it's not necessary for the newbie class to start with, okay? So horizontal line, vertical line, and horizontal ray. Now we're going to put the rectangle on. The rectangle is the fifth icon down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It should show the brush first. You're going to click on that arrow, and we're going to find that rectangle. Okay, and click on the star and put it on your handy dandy favorites bar. All right, done. Perfect. Great. All right, last but not least, the last tool we want to have on there is our fib retracement tool. Fib retracement tool, okay? Fib is short for Fibonacci. Fibonacci is a big math guy. He's out of Italy, and he does a lot with Forex. That's really all the extent that you need to know right now, okay? Just know that it's called the fib retracement tool, and it's going to be explained to you what we use that for and how you can make money with it, okay? So that's going to be your third icon down. And if you click on that arrow, there's a whole lot of fib and GAN tools, okay? We want the top one, fib retracement. Click on that star, and there you go. Now you have your favorites, handy dandy favorites bar completely set up, okay? The last thing I want to show you is your magnet, okay? Of course, I want to show you where the trash can is. There's trash can, that's important to know. But the magnet, so come on down here, you'll scroll down and click on that magnet. Now, the reason why the magnet is important is because if you've got shaky hands like me and you go to place a line and you don't have your magnet on, you might miss where the exact pinpoint that you want to have it. The magnet makes this cursor pop and snap from the wick or to the bodies, okay? And which I'm telling you, let me take the magnet off. So you see, it's going to go wherever you put it. Well, I mean, shoot, if you don't have that magnet on, maybe you miss it. Maybe you put it up here, you miss the wick, okay? So put the magnet on, and you'll notice that this thing will just snap to the next wick or body, okay? So again, anytime you place a line or you place a rectangle or a fib retracement tool or you place a tool, it gets its own separate toolbar, okay? It gets its own separate toolbar. So you see we placed a horizontal line. Okay, you notice here's the toolbar for that horizontal line. Now, when we tell you to change the color of it, you're going to click on that pencil. And you notice I can change the color of that line. I can make it whatever color I want. I can make it fat. I can make it skinny. There's the settings for it. Okay, I can make it dotted. I can make it, I can do all sorts of things with it, all right? So that's where you're going to do that if you're called to do that in class. Now, the colors that we're going to use are going to be in the top 2 rows, okay? Mainly, it's just going to be this second row here and the white, Okay, those are the ones that you're going to use the most. All right. And that is it, y'all. That is it. That's all you need to be set up and ready to go. So remember, get familiar with this, okay? Get familiar with TradingView because you're going to be using it a lot. It's going to be your best friend, I promise you. This is where we mark up our charts and then we go into our broker account and that's where we enter into the market, okay? So here is where we mark everything up and put all of our markings and everything, and we know what we want to do, and then we'll go over into our broker account that we all set up, that demo account. We'll go over there, and that's where we will enter trades later on this week, okay? But for now, we mark all of our trades up in TradingView. So get familiar with it. Don't be afraid of it. It needs to be your friend. So again, we want the 1 hour. I've got gold, XAUUSD. We've got monthly, weekly, daily, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then your toolbar over here to the left, you want to make sure you have your horizontal line, your vertical line. You can throw your horizontal ray if you want, your rectangle, and your fib retracement tool. Okay, that is it. All right, now I hope to see all of you in class. I want you to get familiar with your TradingView, get familiar with moving it around, getting used to looking at these candlesticks. Okay, because that's all you need to know. You don't need to know all of the rest of the things that are on here right now. Okay, that's all you need for now. All right, so please make sure that you reach out in the Telegram, you drop your questions in there so that one of the leaders or myself, we can all come in and answer it because we are not going to leave anyone behind. So see you at the top, y'all. The bottom is way too crowded. We will never, ever, ever look down on anyone as long as we are willing to lend a hand back up. And remember, saying I can is infinitely more profitable than saying I can't. Peace, love, and blessings, and I'll see you tomorrow night.